welcome back to my channel. I am coming in today as promised because I forgot to record last week. My Jennifer Lauren handmade Nixie briefs. I have finished that, and I did the high waist, which I absolutely love. That is the style that I absolutely love for undergarments. So let me get right into it. As you all know, this was on my Make 9 list. I will pop that up here. And so item number 3 is now officially checked off the list, and I made three pairs, and so which includes the test pair or muslin or whatever, but they turned out fine, so I will wear them. And so let me get into the pattern. So the pattern is by Jennifer Lauren Handmade, and they're called Nixie briefs, and they're described as, with their delicate side curves, the Nixie briefs are cute, playful, and fun, all while keeping your bum happily covered at all times. And so that's funny, but at any rate, that's why I actually got this pattern, because I like this cut, and I do like that it covers everything in the bag. So let's go ahead and get into the review. This was I cut out, just for reference, I cut out the largest size, which is the size 24, and went from there. There's only 3 pattern pieces. You have the front, you have the back, and then you have the gusset, or that crotch piece, I guess you can also call it. So this was my tester version, as you can see. This here, yeah, I didn't even bother trying to match thread or anything like that. Just wanted to kind of walk through it mentally first, get a handle on it, and then worry about all that specifics later. So the color pink that I chose as the elastic trim don't necessarily match, but who cares? And so I left this on here so I can show you also. So this was my tester version. They fit fine. They fit perfect. Now here's the funny part. I'm just hilarious. I cracked my own self up. When I cut this out and it was laying out, I was like, gosh, these look big. And I was thinking, yeah, I'm gonna have to go down the size and all this other different stuff. Not thinking you have to add the elastic to it. And so yeah, once I added the elastic to it, I was like, oh yes, these fit perfect. They really do fit perfect. And the size 24, let me just tell you, is the size 24 for the high waist is, oh gosh, I'm not, wait a minute, I'm overlooking the size chart. Oh, it is a waist of 42 and hips of 53. But with the elastic, you don't necessarily, at least in my opinion, you wouldn't necessarily have to follow the measurements for the elastic, because they give the measurement for elastic to attach, and I actually did that on my first one, and it was way too much elastic, and I like mine to fit just a tad bit more snug, so I disregarded the elastic length, because there's a chart that shows you with where the notches mark, and stretch the elastic to those different points. So I did not do that, and that worked much better for me. I just kind of stretched and just kept the long reel of elastic. And I got my elastic, remember, I got my elastic from Mary's Supplies on Etsy. I talked about it. And the fabric, all of my fabric is in my stash. So this pattern, I will say, is a great stash buster. Great stash buster for knits. And so one of the things, let me just get into it. So yeah, I didn't mention that. So one of the things it mentions, here's the inside, because I used lingerie elastic instead of the fold over elastic, which I'll try next time just to see what I like better. But you're supposed to cut any excess. So this is my tester version. I will cut this after I showed you, but I cut, other areas I need to cut, and cut into the elastic. So that is one thing you want to be careful of, and that is mentioned in the instructions. Be careful when you're trimming that excess away, not to cut into the elastic. And I did do that, which, no big deal. It didn't ruin anything like that. So This was my tester version, which I like, and they fit perfectly. And then this was my second version. I used black, as you can see, the black elastic, and again, turned out perfect. Trimmed everything down nicely. There's no rubbing or chafing in between the legs or anything like that. You know, where the elastic sits right there on that hip, in that hip area. So no issues there. And I love that there's no rising up. I can sit down, get up, and you know how sometimes, depending on what brand undergarments you have on, they just don't move very well. But these move nicely, and I imagine that's also because of the fabric that I chose. I chose nice stretchy fabric, very soft fabric. I remember this came from Walmart here, and where I'm at, this fabric came from Walmart. And this one came from Joann. So I had some scraps left over from projects that I had worked on, and so that's what I used. And so I absolutely love this pattern. Love all of the ones that I created, and I will do this pattern again. Now for me, I'm more of a bra person, and well, I can't say that. What I will have multiple patterns of, I can see, so far as undergarments, are bras, not panties. So for me, this will just be my base pattern for all panties that I make. And the thing that I want to do, like I said before, said earlier, do next time is try fold over elastic, see how I like that. That was my first time using lingerie elastic. I liked it, worked well. But one of the things is, when you use this type of elastic, you still have kind of that the other side showing. So if you have fold over, all of that will be there wouldn't be any raw edges in there. But that doesn't, since you're using a knit, it doesn't bother me or anything like that. So I will try that fold over elastic next time. And because of the design, you could really play with this. You can do maybe a V, and maybe that section there could be stretch lace. You can even do that in the back. So for me, I don't need a lot of panty patterns or anything like that. And I will make more. It's just when I have extra, I will be mindful and actually save my scraps that are large enough to be able to do something. Yeah. That is what I'll do. And so I'm actually planning to go through the rest of my knit stash. I don't know that I have any more knits left, that's scraps that's big enough for me to do piece something together. We shall see. But yeah, I can definitely see playing so easily with this pattern. And that's all I got. That, I mean, is real simple. Oh, I did want to say, it mentions in here about a tricot stitch. Now let me show you a picture of what a tricot stitch look like, just in case you have this on your machine. It did say you can use a wide zigzag stitch, but if you do have the tricot stitch, I like that tricot stitch for and this is how it looks. Let me see. Can you see that? It's yeah. I like the way it looks. I definitely like the way it looks. So that's it. That's all I got. That is my review. Absolutely love the Jennifer Lauren Handmade Nixie briefs. As you all can tell from my Make 9 selections, I have selected items that would stretch my sewing skills and challenge me, and by all means, all of them so far has challenged me in one way or another in a very positive way. So far I am loving it. And so that is my review of the Jennifer Lauren Nixie Handmade Nixie briefs. So and my hips are 55, so and my waist is a 45. So these worked. They did work. I didn't have to make any adjustments. I just didn't use the guide for the elastic because I want mine a little bit more snug. They seemed a little bit too loose. But outside of that, that's it. I have nothing else to add. And yes, today is Me Made May. And I am not wearing anything me made today. Sorry, womp womp. I don't have pieces that last the entire month, but probably 80% of the month I do. So this is just one day out of the week I don't have on me made. But anyway, that's all I have, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Please thumbs up this video if you like it. And yeah, we will see you on Sunday. Sunday's video is a huge haul video. All right, everybody. We'll see you on Sunday.